Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jacob here again on day 2 of my fitness journey. And then I went back to bed. I slept until like 1 o'clock. Got up, had a smoothie, a strawberry smoothie. Had some peanut butter on toast. I had also egg on toast with cheese as well. So I've been eating quite a lot. I feel a little bit sick at the moment from eating so much, but I know I'll be hungry again really soon, so I'm gonna just keep eating and eating and eating. And now basically we're just at the beach right now, about to have a swim. So the original plan was we're gonna go to the gym, but oh man, I'm feeling really weak, just tired.
Maybe after that. We'll see how we go after my swim. I tend to feel really just weak, really tired when I get my sleep schedule mixed up. So sure, I'll get the proper amount of hours of sleep, at least 7 hours of sleep. However, when I sleep really irregular patterns, like if I stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning and then I sleep in all day, I feel really lethargic, really just foggy, really tired, really weak. And that's something that I've really learned about myself. I really learned about myself that there's a couple of things that really determine my overall well-being and my generally my health. Is that basically it's basically a couple of things: it's stress and also sleep. Stress affects me really a lot, big time. It affects me a lot, and not only that, but if I'm not sleeping like a consistent pattern, or or if I'm not sleeping at normal hours of the night, I feel quite trashy the next day. And I haven't even had a shower yet. Fuck. But we're just about to have a swim at the beach, see how we go, and I think that should just about do it. So peace out.
Peace out, guys. The lesson that I've learned is that you cannot live in resistance to what is at the present moment. When I went out today to have a swim at the beach, I found that having water on my body is a very good way to be able to really make me more relaxed, make me feel more comfortable, and really improves my energy levels by a lot. I found that there are a few things that have really that really cause me more anxiety, cause me more depression. Is that basically I live in resistance to what I'm feeling in the present moment. So essentially, what do I mean by living in resistance? Well, the lesson that I've learned is that when we have negative thoughts, such as I shouldn't feel this way, why the fuck do I feel so anxious, why the fuck do I feel so depressed, and I shouldn't feel this way, I shouldn't. I'm only 22 years old, and I'm only young. I've got the whole world ahead of me. Everyone else looks normal, and I wish I just felt normal like everyone else outside there. I feel so isolated, so lonely, and this script runs in your head for quite a long time, and it'll just keep repeating itself over and over and over again. And so this is what I define as living in resistance. So I define this as actually living in resistance to the present moment. So in order to actually go a step above that, in order to actually become conscious of how you're feeling, of your actions, your words, your thoughts, to actually become conscious of all these things, you really do need to actually start with a very simple action. And this action, what we tend to do is we tend to actually overcomplicate things. We make things bigger than they actually are. We think that there's some kind of master plan, some kind of specific formula to feel 110% better. And to be honest, this really is false. This is a delusion. It doesn't make sense. There is no actual formula to actually feeling better, more energetic. The answer that you're looking for is the simple action that you need to take to feel better. Okay, and many of us actually overlook the very simple action that makes us feel better. And you need to, and if you say to yourself, oh, I don't actually know what that is, you need to start getting yourself out of the house some more and start experimenting and finding out what actually does make you feel better. And you want to keep it really, really simple. Make it massively simple. Essentially, the very simple decision that I actually made in order to feel better, more energetic, more alive, is that I went down to the fucking beach. You know, I went down to the beach and I had a swim with my good friend Tamim. He's actually recording at the moment, but yeah, essentially me and him, we went in the water, we went and, you know, swam through the waves, and I really was actually able to learn a little bit more about myself, okay? And what I really learned there as well is that, you know, the heat really makes me feel very anxious, really uncomfortable. When I feel my body like heating up, when I feel my body warming up, it makes me feel very uncomfortable, very just very, very anxious, and really just, you know, really just really bad, to be quite honest. And so when I take a dip in the water and I actually, you know, cover myself in water, I end up feeling just alive, amazing, like so much better. And it really does actually start with that one simple decision. Now, essentially, what works for, you know, some people doesn't work for others, okay? So you really do want to take this by a grain of salt. I'm not saying that, you know, by jumping in the ocean, in the water, that's going to make you feel better uniquely to you. You need to find what works for you. So essentially, you know, things like running makes people feel better. Things like lifting weights makes people feel better. And you know, maybe just you know, traveling around or doing something just very simple to get yourself out of the house and kind of shock your nervous system, shock your body out of the running script that's running through your head. You know, the script that keeps repeating itself, the script that keeps causing the depression to you. And essentially, what is depression really? You know, like, how can we really define, you know, depression? Well, I think Tammy, when he was speaking to me, made a really good point, and it really does actually stick by me. And essentially, what I find depression tends to be is that we allow the emotions to control us. We don't actually lead ourselves, we let the emotions lead us. And I think that's really down to the nitty-gritty. That's really what it really does come down to, I believe, is that we let the emotions run us and we don't let ourselves affect our emotions. So when we're living in resistance, you know, we essentially are, you know, thinking, you know, we're always comparing ourselves to other people. We're always thinking, I should feel normal. I should feel normal. Why don't I feel normal? I can't believe I'm not feeling normal right now. You know, everyone else is feeling normal. Well, to be honest, people don't feel normal automatically. You don't just wake up and you feel normal one day. You know, one day you just wake up and you're normal. It doesn't happen for anyone. People are always taking action. People are always getting out of their heads and getting out of their comfort zones and making very simple, straightforward decisions that make them feel good. So, for example, Tammy, if you want to shoot over there with the people who are doing like their fitness thing and their you know, yoga, it looks like they're doing yoga or something like that. But, you know, this is a clear example of you know, of what feels good to these people. So, essentially, we've got people here who are running some kind of fitness exercise, and that feels good to them. So, as I said, you know, this is unique to them. This feels good to them. It may not necessarily mean it's going to feel good to you or good to me, but as you can see, there are a lot of examples that I can see right now of people taking very, very simple, straightforward decisions to feel better. I can see people walking their dogs. I can see people taking a run on the beach. I can see people going for a swim. I can see people cooking a barbecue and having some sausages for dinner. they're out of the house and they're just doing what really simply feels good to them. And this is a very clear example of how they lead their emotions and they don't allow their emotions to affect them. What happens when we don't lead our emotions? What happens then? Well, essentially, we allow the script to run through our heads so often, and when the script just keeps replaying and replaying and replaying, it's the spiral. We go down the spiral, down and down and down even further. So essentially, what I'm saying here is that you need to be proactive about this. You need to. It's a fucking seagull. Have a look at the seagull is just chirping away. Look at the seagull, man. You see how animals, even animals, take it from animals as well. Animals are always in the present moment. They are never in resistance to what is. So you should really take example from animals as well. Essentially, what was I saying? I was saying that, when we let emotions control us, that's at the point where we're not doing anything about it. That's at the point where we are not taking the action that is required in order to grow, in order to get out of our comfort zones, in order to become more fulfilled. If you take my friend Tammy, for example, okay, he's got a better body than me, and what's he doing? He's actually taking very, very simple, straightforward action to make him feel better. Okay, he has no, master plan, specific formula. He doesn't have a fucking whiteboard with all these fucking rules on how he's going to actually feel better. Okay, all he is concerned about is his fitness and his health, and probably about how he looks aesthetically. And if he can achieve those goals in any way he can, he's just going to take very straight to the point decisions to do that. So in my case, for my example, the heat makes me feel bad. I'm going to go take a motherfucking swim. I'm going to do something that makes me feel good. Okay, and stop comparing yourself to other people, and stop defining normal as something that happens to people automatically, because being normal isn't actually automatic. People do something to make themselves feel good and feel quote unquote normal. Okay, so take the decisions, take the right decisive action, and just experiment what feels good to you. What works for some people doesn't work for others. So I think that's a really good way to beat depression day to day. And if you just keep repeating this on a daily basis, every fucking day, you're just gonna, you're gonna actually feel so much better, 110% better. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is day 2 of my fitness wellness journey. I'll give you another update in some time to come. For now, take care wherever you are and enjoy it. Peace.